appreciate. I mean, it was very nice to hear your voice and all the concepts. So it was very profound for me. Just, I don't have a question, but I like you mentioned freedom of living undefined. It was very reflective. So I definitely want to contemplate on that. So looks like you don't have to chase the definition after all, looks like. Is that what you're trying to convey? Like freedom of living undefined, like however you are. So not chasing the definition is fine. Is that what you are trying to convey?
It's more like noticing that whenever you are speaking, behaving, thinking from the belief that I am Nitin, I am this person. So what is it to relate in this moment without this belief? It's happening. There is life unfolding. There are perceptions, there is understanding, there is action. There's a flow. The I am somebody is an unnecessary add-on. You have to check it out. Life is unfolding out of its totality. Sunrise, sunset, rainy days, the flight of birds, the blooming of flowers. The gravitational field, the heartbeat, thoughts appearing, the sensation of hunger, thought about needing to stop at the gas station and fill up the tank. The thought of inviting friends for dinner or going for a walk. Life is unfolding. Without the I am somebody. That's the truth of it. That's the fact of our experience. And then there is a habitual me story. How am I doing? Am I getting better? Am I loved? Am I being loving? All of the patterns picked up over time that the layers of the onion. So we live accumulating layers more and more, becoming bigger and bigger onion. But if you are peeling the onion, you're not going to come to the center and find the onion. There's no onion at the heart of the onion.
Basically, disintegrating your identity and just flowing through it and not chasing the destination.
Seeing that the identity belongs to the body. Yes, there is a male body that's born in such and such a town, such and such a time. It's to be clear. It's not about disintegrating, it's about clarity. To be clear that, yes, there is a body, yes, there is a town, it's called Temecula. Yes, there is a tree, it's like, we call it a pine tree or a palm tree. But there isn't the fact that there are namarupas, names and forms, doesn't mean there is identification, you see. So the conceptualization, a useful aspect of our human dynamics, red light, green light, yellow light, these concepts, they only have functional aspect to them. So in your experience, yes, there are thoughts, perceptions, sensations, there are names and forms, there is Nitin and Magdi and neighbors, etc. There is that. To remain simple and clear, okay? Yes. Not to attribute reality in the wrong place. There isn't a reality named Nitin. A reality has no name, no form, no age, no gender, no location. No phenomenal qualifications or attributes can belong to reality. They belong to the realm of namarupa, names and forms. But reality only belongs to reality. Right?
Yes.
So when we say I, when you refer to I, what are we referring to? Hmm?
Extending on what you said about clarity of there is nothingness. There is no question of disintegration because there is nothing at the end. So the age-old question of, like, everybody has the question, thousands of years people are trying to find the answer, like the purpose of then humans. Like, what is the purpose? I know it's a very broad question, been discussed all over, but I'm just trying to see like how it relates to identity or nothingness of identity. I mean, you don't have to answer, it just comes in my mind.
That's a good question. What is going to answer that question? Is the mind going to satisfactorily answer this question? When we say the mind, what are we referring to? We're referring to thoughts which are conditioned, which have concepts in them, and they have historical history in them, the past, right?
Right.
The mind also refers to perceptions, sensations, thoughts, sensations, perceptions, which are constantly moving and being changing. The body, sensations within the body are constantly changing, thoughts are constantly changing. So the question about what is the purpose of life, what is going to answer that question? Are we going to get the answer from the shifting, impermanent mind, impermanent world, impermanent body? What do you say?
Can you elaborate your question again, please?
Do you expect that the mind is going to provide you an answer to this question? Would you be satisfied with a dissertation about the purpose of life, the dissertation being all sorts of thoughts and analyses, and would you be satisfied with that?
No, because I believe it's just mental gymnastic. It's just logic, which is not going to give the answer at the end because that logic came from some other part.
Yes.
I still believe maybe through the heart, which is not logical, no knowledge analysis machine, I might get an answer to it from that.
So, what would satisfy your question?
The When I look at things around me, that the manifestation and the non-manifestation, there is a reason for the manifestation. And we being part of manifestation, there might be a purpose. I put might in double quotes.
I
I
understand
don't know.
you're asking what is the purpose. I understand, but the question is, what will satisfy your question? I understand the question, but you're looking for satisfaction to your question. What would provide you satisfaction to your question?
Realization that I'm real. The purpose might be the realization that I am not what I am. Is that the purpose?
Like, okay,
Going through,
you don't know what would satisfy would satisfy your question. That's what I'm hearing. Well,
yeah, in a way,
I'm going to make a suggestion that what would satisfy your question is truth. Would you agree to that?
yes, true, correct.
Meaning, when I say truth, and please correct me if I'm speaking not in a way that resonates for you. When I say truth will satisfy my question, I mean by truth that which isn't subject to change. Would you agree with that?
Yes, the absolute truth. Yes,
So when I say truth, I'm not speaking about half a truth or a quarter of a truth or a truth that's true in the 20th century and maybe not true in the 21st century, or that will become more true in the 24th century, right? Would you agree with that?
correct. Yes, like timeless truth, absolute truth. Yes,
And when I say truth will satisfy my question, uh, I'm speaking about a truth that always is. It's independent. It's always there. It's always is. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Meaning it's right now. It's here. Excuse me, the language here. It's right now. There is this truth must be available right now. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yes.
So then the question is, okay, what is it right now that is absolute, that is changeless, that is absolute? Because if I come to that truth right now, to the understanding of that truth right now, I'm coming to the answer of my question, because my question can only be answered by truth. It cannot be answered by some elaborate mental, philosophical model. Are you still with me?
Yes. Yes.
So in this moment, there are sounds, perceptions, sensations. They have a reality. There is a reality to this moment. Yeah, you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
What is that reality? In this moment, what is that the reality of sounds, of perceptions? So that's a direction that I'm inviting you to, because your question is a very important question. What is the purpose of this life? And this question can be answered only in this moment by the contemplation of what is it in my experience right now, which is real, which is changeless. And you will find that everything that you perceive on the screen, all thoughts, sensation, perception, constantly changing. But the reality, there is a reality, that their reality is that which will answer the question. Their reality, the reality of experience, is that which is changeless. What is it that is changeless in your experience right now?
So definitely the changeless is the absolute truth, what we call as the reality, which is timeless.
What is your experience? In your experience, I'm talking about in your experience. I'm not inviting you to explain to me, to what in your experience, what is it in your experience right now that is real and absolute?
If I ask my mind, it's whatever my senses are looking at through mind perspective, that is my reality.
Wait.
Hmm.
When you ask your mind is going to present you as thoughts, right?
Correct. Yes.
Thoughts are a movement. You agree? Thoughts are a movement.
Yes.
So is reality a movement?
No.
Because movement, we're referring to space and time.
Correct.
So therefore, if you ask your mind is going to answer you with thoughts, sensations, and so it's going to answer you with movements.
Right.
So you cannot ask a movement about reality, because it's only going to give you more and more movement. That's what it does. Mind is movement. It's not the right direction. And ask,
Correct.
what is it in your experience right now, which is not a movement, which is absolute.
Yes. So if I use my mind, it's not going to give me reality.
No,
That means that means I'm going to use words which I've read and heard, but sometimes it conveys the meaning. So is it that the purpose of us is to realize our absolute truth?
You are
That should be the purpose.
you are not you are answering my question with a different question. I'm asking a specific question,
Mm.
which is in your direct experience right now. What is it that is absolute?
You ask me the question, my logical mind immediately comes into play. So if I leave my mind alone,
So right, exactly.
it doesn't.
Leaving your
I
mind
cannot
alone.
answer it.
Right. Good. Good. Okay. So okay. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, right.
That's more true than going to your mind because you just go into history into it. So we don't know.
Right.
What is it right now that knows that it doesn't know?
There is something, some observer who is making that judgment, which is not the mind.
It's not the mind. There is something that knows it doesn't know.
Correct.
So that's the direction of the answer to your question, because your question is a very core question. What is this life about? What's going on? What the heck is going on? What is the purpose of this life? It's a very good question. But be careful what direction you go into exploring this question. Don't go in the direction of the mind or people who give you philosophical, whatever. They give you some band-aid. They say, oh, here's your band-aid. Here is what Zarathustra says, here is what Plato said.
Mm.
Your answer has to be truth. Truth. Reality has to be your answer, the answer to the question, not the mind. And reality right now, in this moment, that which is and cannot not be, that which knows that it does not know. Okay? So this is the direction of your contemplation.
Yes. Yes.
What is it that knows that I don't know? Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. The silent observer who is observing.
The answer cannot be satisfied. If it comes from the mind, it cannot provide you the satisfaction to your question. Okay, you have to be really clear about that so you stop going in the wrong directions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels for years and years and years and years, and you're not getting the satisfaction to this core question, right?
Correct. Absolutely. So definitely I will contemplate on that. I mean, as you mentioned, the focus more on should be the silent observer rather than
Yes.
having an analytical part to it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So,
This is really the heart of our meetings.
mm,
Okay, Nitin.
okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Good.
Sorry to take a lot of your
Oh
time.
no, this is what these meetings are about.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you once again. Thanks.